What's up, guys? Nightflux here, and I'm here with the one and only.
Spitfire, what's going on, guys?
We are bringing you a regional report. I know it's been a while since we brought you on. We do have 3 to cover, but we're back, so don't fear. We're going to cover Nagoya, LA, and Singapore, and I think that about covers everything right before the World Championships, which are occurring December 9th, so just in a couple days. Let's bring Nagoya for you first. I don't know if you have the charts over there or not. I think he does. Alright, so as we see the usual, let me minimize myself. You see the usual breakdown. Shows you the clans used: Gold Paladin, Kagero, Royal Paladin, Oracle Think Tanks up there. But you see it's the usual clans we have. So that's the breakdown. I do have 1st through 8th place here, as provided by Bushiroad. 1st place, I know Spitfire is excited about, Oracle Think Tank. And it is a build quite similar to yours. I'll go over the other 7 places, and then you can do a quick overview. 2nd place, Gold Paladin. 3rd place, Gold Paladin. 4th place, Gold Paladin. 5th place, Nova Grapplers. 6th, Kagero. 7th place, Nova Grapplers. And 8th place, Oracle Think Tank as well. So 1st and 8th for Oracle Think Tank, and 2 places for Nova Grappler as well. Nice change from seeing a predominantly Gold Paladin build. Any comments about the Oracle Think Tank build that was used? I know it's pretty similar to yours.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. The only differences, I think, is he's adding 1 more Weather Girl Milk and 1 more, what was it, the bird.
I think you're talking
I can't remember.
about 2nd place Singapore. That's the build you're talking about.
Oh, okay. All right. We're talking about 1st place. It's really similar. I think it's just personal choices after that. He added in a couple cards just to very slightly alter the play style, but it's pretty close to mine. I mean, everybody does whatever they want, so I mean, it's a really good base. I really like that base that a lot of people are starting to use for Tsukiyomi Oracles. It tends to work out really well.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of success with your deck as well. I know last time we went to locals, you got 2nd.
Yeah.
And then before that, probably a couple weeks earlier, you got 2nd as well. So we'll post a link to his build. It's not exactly the same as the 1st place, but it is very, very similar. We'll have a link to that in the description below if you guys want to check that out. I know the 2nd place Gold Paladin player, he didn't play the Bunny build. Thank God, Bunny build's not good. I've only seen him superior to the Bunny maybe twice ever, and that was at locals, but usually it never happens, and a lot of people play Gold Paladins at our locals. But he did play the Spectral Duke Drake, which I think is the better build. It stands up again and has all those effects. But that about sums up everything that happened in Nagoya. LA qualifiers, very, very interesting. As you see the pie chart from right here, majority Gold Paladin as usual, Kagero, Narukami, and it goes down the list. I think we see a little bit of every clan there. Grand Blue, yep. That's a little bit of everything. Hybrid, you see Hybrid as well, made an appearance. But 1st place, Grand Blue. Grand Blue, an amazing, amazing deck. I have a Grand Blue budget deck profile in the description below. You can check that out. I know Spitfire has a different kind of build that he runs with that, so you can check those out as well. But Grand Blue is amazing. Basically, you can superior ride every turn. If you play it right, you can superior ride every time you play, so you're basically hitting grade 3 right off the bat. 2nd place, Gold Paladin. 3rd, Kagero. 4th place, Gold Paladin. 5th place, Gold Paladin. 6th place, another appearance from Oracle Think Tank. 7th, Gold Paladin, and 8th, Gold Paladin. So you see a lot of Gold Paladin play. Well, that's to be expected. I mean, LA is probably the Vanguard hub, I would say, of the States by far. So it's where all the hype is. But the 1st place build was, the 1st place build was the Grand Blue deck. He did run I believe it was 3 Deadly Swordmaster and 4 Ice Prison Necromancer. He did run 12 crits as well, so very, very heavy beat deck. I mean, when you superior ride with that, and you just, I mean, with the Ice Necromancer portion, if he did do that, he would have to go 2nd to superior ride. With the Deadly Swordmaster, he could go 1st and superior ride. So if he did that and hit 2 crits, you're just beating him with damage. And he did run, I believe it was 17, 18, 19 grade 0s. He did put in those Chappie the Ghosties, which is critical for any Grand Blue deck. Basically, you guard with that, and you take any card, preferably your grade 3, drop it in the drop zone to get ready to superior ride your next turn, basically. Any comments about LA?
I like it. It seems like there are a lot more diverse You know, like you said, they had almost every clan there represented, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually, besides a lot of Gold Paladin decks, what I mean, which everyone's going to play Gold Paladin wherever the hype's at, just like any other card game. Any clan that's hyped, everyone's going to hop on. But there was at least you see all the clans were accounted for, so that's exciting to see. Anything else? I think that about sums up LA. We're going to move on to Singapore. If you have the chart for Singapore.
I do.
We take a look at the Singapore chart. We see Gold Paladin, Narukami, Kagero. Basically, Singapore looks like a pretty good mix of clans too. You see actually hybrid is higher than most clans, which is pretty rare. That's kind of weird actually. But I do have first through fourth. That's all Bushiroad provided for us. First place, Gold Paladin. It was a Spectral Duke Drake build. Second place, Oracle Think Tank again. We're starting to see more OTT play. And I know it's a build pretty close to yours, minus a few cards. We haven't really seen any soulless builds. But I guess that's a different topic. Third place, Narukami. Fourth place, Narukami. Narukami is a pretty good deck. I mean, it's just pretty beat down and retired deck. I would say it doesn't retire as much. Actually, maybe it retires more than Kagero, I want to say. But
I don't know. It depends on the build, I guess. You can focus on retiring if you want to.
I mean, because you have the cards that can do the no intercept, and you have the Death Scythe can do the retiring. I mean, but yes, Kagero, you do have. I mean, it depends how you want to build it. Either way, I guess
before set 4, before it's set 4. I'd probably say it's even. After set 4, it's probably
it's Kagero all the way. But the Gold Paladin build was a Spectral Duke, like I said, and the Oracle Think Tank. You want to comment on that?
Yeah, I was pretty much again. It was similar to my build. He's got an extra milk more than me. He's running 3, and he's running 2 Luckbirds for whatever reason. I guess he feels like he can get to 8 soul or extra soul that he needs after he's soul blasting with Tsukiyomi. Luckbird, if you don't know, it's a soul blast 2 to draw a card, but the negative is the 5,000 booster. So it's very situational, very conditional. I don't see a lot of use for it. If you're drawing into it, it's pretty much useless until you're at super late game where you have extra soul to spare. But other than that, it's a standard Tsukiyomi O2T deck, so it looks good other than that.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't see. I mean, I guess it could be a good later game, but if you draw it early, that's only a 5K booster, and if you have to ride a 5K booster, that's really bad. That's as bad as getting grade stuck.
Yeah, it's as bad as running your perfect guard. Yeah,
it's not good. So that about wraps up the qualifiers. That's Nagoya, LA, and Singapore. We are going to be covering the World Championships when they come December 9th. Also, before we go, we're going to start talking about Set 4, Eclipse of Illusory Shadows, if I'm not saying that right. But yeah, whatever. But I want to bring up. There's 3 things I want to talk about. The 3 clans coming out and the 1 clan getting a boost. I think that are going to be pretty viable in the upcoming sets. We're going to briefly mention Shadow Paladins, Dimensional Police, and Kagero, the new ride chain for that. First, let's talk about Shadow Paladin. Do you think it's going to be a viable deck to play when it comes out?
I hope it will.
And why?
I hope it will, but I can't say one either way. I've heard comments from people saying it's going to be good, other comments saying it's going to be bad. I'm almost right now kind of on the fence a little bit. I'm not saying I don't believe it's going to be a top 3 deck consistently for tournaments or anything else, but I think it's going to be competitive enough at least until Set 5 comes out.
I agree with that. I think once Crossrides come out, and I have a bone to pick with Crossrides. We'll save that for last, though. But I think Shadow Paladin's going to be a pretty good deck. We do have Skullwitch Nevin, the Grade 2. Basically it's Counterblast. I think it's Counterblast 1 or 2, and discard a card to draw 2 cards. The only downfall with this card is it's a 3K. It's the
discard 1.
Discard 1. Okay, so it's discard 1, and it's Counterblast 2 or 1. It's one of the 2.
I think it might be 2. I don't know.
It's 1 or 2, but you get to draw 2 cards, so you gather a little bit of a hand advantage and get rid of crap out of your hand that you don't need, extra grade 3s or whatever. But it is a 3K, which the only problem I can see with that is if you have to ride that 3K, you're going to get freaking annihilated, especially if you go second and they're on grade 3 with a twin drive. Woof! You have to guard. You just have to take a beat down, basically.
Yeah, I never ride it. It's nothing good could come out of it.
Yeah, so I mean, but besides that, a lot of cards of the Shadow Paladins garner like card advantage, and you're pretty much going to have a full field. And I know the grade 3, you retire 3 rearguards, counterblast 3, and you get the plus critical and plus 10,000. So that could be pretty viable as well if you're going for game. I would say I wouldn't say try to do that. You couldn't do it twice anyway, but even if you did heal, but that's pretty much a going for game maneuver.
No, you're right. You're right on that one. You have to go for game.
Going toward D-Police. All you guys know if you watch my channel, we all bet on James really wants to build a D-Police deck. What I can see with D-Police is that you can get some pretty heavy damage pretty early on. I mean, you're getting. I know Dayusha is going to be a pretty good build. If you can get him to 14, if you go first and you get him past over 14k damage, he gets a plus critical right off the bat. And there's other cards that do that as well. I mean, what do you think about D-Police?
I actually have not done too much studying on D-Police. I really should, though, because from what I've heard, they're going to be pretty competitive. So we'll see. Yeah,
it's going to be. I'm looking forward to all these new clans coming out. One thing I don't have written here, but it just came to mind. Mega Colony. I have seen a budget build for Mega Colony online, and it looks pretty good. If you don't know what Mega Colony does, it basically binds all your rearguards so they can't stand up on your next turn. So basically you can only attack with your Vanguard. I've seen some pretty wild budget builds. They consist of only like common and rare cards that can do pretty much lock your opponent down. Just if anything, if it's not even a good deck, you can just bring it to locals just to troll people and make them upset. So I think that's something interesting. Maybe we'll look into that once that comes on. But the last thing I want to mention, Kagero. There's a new ride chain coming out called Amber Dragon. I think it's Daylight, Eclipse, and there's one other one coming out. But basically,
they all sound similar, yeah.
Yeah, basically you search out the other one and you keep riding it. The grade 3 is the main one we're going to talk about. Basically, when it hits, I believe it is. Go ahead, you know more about this than me, but so why don't you go take over from here?
Hold on, I'm completely failing right now. I was about to pull up the card. Anyway, from what I remember, I believe it's an 11k. Don't quote me on that one. But when it hits, you get to retire 2 rear guards, and that's the big thing about it. You obviously can't let this thing hit. I mean, it's a -2 for your opponent. Not to mention, they're probably going to go after grade 3s or high attacking units or critical units. So it's a huge bonus if you can get that thing to go off.
Now, if I hit, am I choosing the 2 I retire, or do they choose the 2 they retire?
I think you choose.
So basically, that's something you'd probably knock out the booster behind the Vanguard, and depending on how you're set up for next turn, you could maybe you take out the 2 front grades instead.
Here we go. It becomes an 11k. It's a 10k. It becomes an 11 once you have Amber Dragon, Dusk, and Soul. It's a counterblast 2, and until the end of the turn, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, choose up to 2 of your opponent's rear guards and you retire them. So you get to choose, and it's a counterblast 2.
Okay, that's pretty good actually. You could actually end up using that twice, depending on if you're using Berserk Dragon or not. But yeah, that's pretty brutal. I mean, you could take out the Vanguard booster, or you could even just completely decimate the front row, depending on their hand size.
Right. If you're playing against Royal Paladin, it's Palamedes or whatever the power card is. But I mean, if it goes off, I would almost think it's pretty close to game, unless you're facing like a Royal Paladin or somebody like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got for today. What you have anything else you wanted to mention?
No, I think that's it.
Looks good.
I'm excited for set 4, so we'll maybe definitely do something after that.
Yeah, I mean, we're still waiting for that Kagero match between me and Spitfire RX that's been promising for about 8 months now.
Which I just recently added 4 Dragonic Waterfalls to it this weekend, so
maybe a live card fight's in order. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. This is Nightflux and
Spitfire,
and we will definitely see you guys next time. Stay tuned for the World Championships, some more live card fights, and some more deck profiles. Peace out, guys. Oh, and definitely some booster box openings. Link to Spitfire RX's channel below. He's going to be doing some booster box openings, and so am I. So, all right, we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.